Hi, Black Positivity family, and welcome back. If you are new here, this is where we come to take a break from all of the negativity in the world and all of the toxicity in the social media and YouTube streets. I help keep you in the light by sharing good things, good people, dope artists, dope music. So today I am going to be featuring a Ghanaian artist called Ekow Nimako. I hope I pronounced that right. He is an Afro-futuristic Lego artist. He creates art with Legos, and that is why I am dressed in my Afro-futuristic gear today. I'm going to give commentary after this video, so check this out.
So this has my name etched in gold. This is my signature piece. This is what completes an artwork.
Meet Ekow Nimako, a Ghanaian-Canadian artist making breathtaking art out of black Lego bricks.
My entire life, I've probably clicked hundreds of thousands of parts, probably millions.
Is it Legos or Lego?
Are you serious? It's Lego. It's never Legos.
All this time the word was Lego, and I was saying Legos. Ladies and gentlemen, Legos is in Nigeria. And what this amazing artist was utilizing is actually called Legos. But actually, he said there's no S, it's just Lego. Anyway, guys, excuse my ignorance for the rest of this video. I will continue to mispronunciate Lego. Just get back to the video and enjoy.
And Lego actually is an abbreviated form of legot, which is Danish for play well. Little known fact.
Ekow's jaw-dropping sculptures are exhibited in galleries, but they began in DIY studios at his home.
Welcome to Studio A, the first of my 3 studio rooms. This is where I build most of my Building Black mythos artworks. Really an exploration of Black African mythology. This one, I'm actually not sure what this sculpture is going to be. I know it will be a goddess. I know that she will have these kind of cornrows going on. This tubing was not made to be hair, but when I look at parts now, I just see different parts of anatomy that just like speak out to me. This artwork so far, I think I've clocked in almost 100 hours. Some artworks could take up to 1,000 hours.
While some of Ekow's larger pieces can take 1,000 hours, he can prototype a new smaller design from scratch in just a day.
So we're in Studio C. It's where I'm building my series, Building Black Amorphia Spiritual Starships. So I'm going to build a spiritual starship today. The idea behind it is that we take inspiration from science fiction, but at the same time, it's very important for me to centralize Black characters, Black stories, Black history within that context. So I'll be taking the form of a T-47 airspeeder and turning it into an ancestral vessel. So let's have some fun. All right, let's see. Once the spine is completed, I'll look at some reference photos of the ship and then start constructing the wing shape. Dropping Lego is actually the most annoying thing. People think that stepping on Lego is like the most annoying thing. But to me, the most annoying thing is spilling them outright, just knocking a container over and it just spills everywhere. You see what I mean? Like the rage that fills up when I'm just like trying to get something done and then shit just scatters.
While dropping pieces is a frustration, Ekow still needs to keep a massive amount of parts on hand to actualize his sculptures.
Each of my studios has a section that is dedicated to the parts. This is Studio B. You gotta love that. This piece right here is a jumper. It has a stud or a notch right in the center, in opposed to a piece like this, which would naturally have 2 studs on it. Over here, I've got various different tires. The Lego group actually produces the most tires in the world. More than Goodyear, more than Michelin, because their tires are actually made of rubber, so they're classified as actual tires. Oh yes, the hinge with the ball joint. What this hinge joint allowed is for me to put these fairings anywhere I want. Got your standard tiles. I like to cover all the notches and studs on my work. Triangle tile allows you to get some great geometric patterns when you put them all together. These are always great. Inverted tiles. The beauty of inverted parts is that they click from the bottom up. Now I do want to find like a discontinued part like this. Look at the design. It's one of those pieces that I would have to even second guess if I saw it sitting down there and wonder if it actually is a Lego element. I think I only have one of these in my entire collection, and I've got like millions of parts. The most common reaction when I tell people what I do is usually excitement. There's this kind of, oh my God, you get to do what you love. It is amazing. And more importantly, it's a privilege. You know, a metric of if you love what you do is when people say, if you won the lottery, would you still do what you do? And mine would be yes, I would just get a bigger studio, more staff, and build bigger things. This piece is called Kadisa. Kadisa is a dragon cat, and dragon cats are creatures that I came up with. I've always been fascinated with avian creatures. I took some inspiration from the griffin and made this feline cat with wings.
These lengthy builds are not just reflective of Ekow's artistic talent, but also a lifetime love of Lego.
I started building with Lego when I was about 3 or 4 years old. I started off inheriting Lego from my older brother. It just had this appeal to me because you can create the things you don't have. If I see something that I wanted, then I would be able to satisfy that urge by going to my Lego collection and building something that would just placate me. So when I first started building, it was purely for fun. Eventually, it got elevated to an art form. In 2007, though, is when I had this resurgence of interest in building. And I just realized how fun it was again. And it just kind of stayed with me a little bit closer from that point. And then by 2012, 2013, I was really trying to make my mark as an artist, and the two things just kind of came together. This artwork is very special to me because I've had this artwork since I began my career. I created this artwork when she was about the size of a 6-year-old. Since then, it has evolved. What I most enjoy about this artwork is the hair. Like this cylindrical piece is great, hole in the top, hole in the bottom, and they have weight. And when you have so much volume of hair, there's just like a gravity to it. And when it comes to Black people, our hair is political. For all the people that are gonna see this work and be inspired by it, to have their identity reinforced from a material that historically underrepresented them, means a lot. So making the formal outlines and the shape of a mask is like the first step. And then once the shape is laid out, then all the fun stuff really starts happening, where you get to like start giving it some kind of personality. It can be grueling work sometimes. And, you know, my joints have suffered from building. Carpal tunnel syndrome is real.
But all the pain is worth it for Ekow to make these textured works of art.
This sculpture is called Ekow Nimako. Ekow Nimako is an Akan deity, a trickster god. My favorite feature, I really like the crown. The main center part of the crown is a combination of 2 different parts, and they're both discontinued if I'm not mistaken. I always think it's really fascinating when I'm able to use discontinued parts because there's something more rare about it. There's only so many of them left on the world. Nancy took me, I'd say about 300 hours plus over like a long period of time. So start thinking about the eyes when it comes to expression. Yeah, there's something about the personality that can be found in our eyes. So there's something here. This eye outline looks animated to me. Okay, so we've got this pair of eyes, and I also did like some structural stuff so that I can place a nose in there. Right now, just laying down some tiles. Tiles are great because you can put something down on the tiles and then like kind of slide it and shift it so you know exactly where you want it to sit. And then once you do, you start building things that will kind of keep it in place. I think just about there. You know, as you're building along, you want to make sure that you're not just building for filler at any point. The problem with Lego building too is that you run the risk of doing too much, which is what, in my opinion, 90% of people that build with Lego, they do. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Couldn't tell you what set had these created, I don't know. But when I see these things, I don't buy sets a lot, I buy parts. And they speak to me not as what they are, but as what they could be. All right, we're almost there. One good way to get a metric of how far I have to go is how many studs do you see? Just need to add a couple more pieces on here. So this is the final piece. This has my name etched in gold. This is what completes an artwork. The last click is always satisfying. This piece is not titled yet. Usually the titles take a little while to come to me. I like that it maintained the aerodynamic shape of the T-47 airspeeder. But at the same time, when you look at this mask, you don't automatically associate it with a Star Wars vessel. For me, when I look at it, all I see are the faces of my ancestors. When creating masks, I have a certain kind of freedom that I don't typically have with the rest of my works. Because there's no body to the face, I have the freedom to make the eyes as large as I want. I have the freedom to create these kind of like eyebrows using these fin-like pieces.
No matter how many hours Ekow spends building these marvelous pieces of art, he's always looking to the future, both in his work and in the LEGO community.
I've always been a futurist, imagining liberated futures for Black people and for all people ultimately. I think the LEGO group has gotten a lot better in regards to how inclusive and diverse they are. But growing up, it was a completely different story. The interesting thing about the LEGOverse, especially when it's rooted in like the yellow minifigure, The Simpsons taught me, that yellow is synonymous with white. But just like any kind of equity work, there's always more, and it's a long road. But it seems like they're committed to making the right choices. As a Black artist, our work is healing and is edifying for Black children to see themselves reflected in this toy form. I think that's really important, and that keeps me waking up wanting to do this as well, is that I've been granted a gift. Gifts should not go to waste.
Woo! Now that was so dope. First of all, let's give a big, huge shout out to Africa and all of the dope, amazing artists that are out there really creating amazing, innovative artwork in so many different forms. This artist, Ekow, you're very talented, and I do hope that you see this video. Like, I don't even know what to say. It was just so much dopeness. I don't know where to start, but I will start with, obviously, the work. Did you guys see the actual work? Like, how do you even create those sculptures, figures, shapes, like to that magnitude with Legos and Black Legos? Only Black, and everything he creates looks completely different, looks completely innovative. And shout out to the Afro-futuristic aspect and component in all of our people that are creating anime, that are getting into gaming, all of these different facets of Afrofuturism. Like, this is so cool. This was giving me like Black Panther and Marvel to the next level. And I really hope that his work gets featured in a lot more big projects, movies, films. And oh my God, what else did I want to talk about? When he was talking about it being a privilege to do what you love, and he asked the question and he made a statement, a metric of if you love what you do is if you won the lottery, would you still do what you do? And I think that was such a great reminder for all of us out here that are creatives and just people that have an entrepreneurial mindset in general. It is such a privilege and honor to do what you actually love to do and make money doing that. So I am happy that there's a creative that is actually able to make a very sustainable and lucrative career on doing what he loves full time. And I hope that more young people, more young Black people, melanated people, African people can also carry on his legacy, and that he's helping pass down the legacy so that hopefully he can stop working and just train other people to do exactly what it is he's doing, because it is so dope. Like, guys, I'm so excited. I am so excited. Shout out to Ghana and the Ghanaians all over the world. Am I missing anything? Oh, okay. Him making locks out of Legos. Listen, as a locked woman myself, I had to do this video because I was convinced that he created me in one of his artworks. Like, I was very convinced that he created me in one of his artworks. And let me say that representation matters for me and for my daughter and other people that are locked to be able to see representation in art in different art forms of natural hair in its different facets. Like, thank you so much. And for a man to do that for us, that representation really, really, really matters. Oh my God, like, oh, and the final point is him playing with Legos as a child is what brought him to this point. Parents, pay attention to the things that your kids like and love, especially even if it seems frivolous. Even if it seems frivolous, my daughter loves to play in dirt. She loves to build things with sticks, with boxes. You give her anything, she is going to build a structure. And I'm really hoping and praying that she is an architect or an engineer. And it's just the importance of not making our kids feel like what they like and what they spend time on is silly or frivolous, especially if they're really sitting down and they're intentional and they're spending time on this. So I'm really glad that a childhood hobby, which was a hobby for all of us, right? Playing with the Legos, like that was a childhood pastime for a lot of us. So congratulations to you. I wish you a lot more success. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and please subscribe. But most importantly, hit the like button. That helps the algorithm. Like, share this video with a lot more people. That helps me to continue doing what I do because I know that you guys want to see dope artists, dope musicians, good things, and good people. And without further ado, thank you guys for being here today. And I hope you guys are having an amazing week. Bye.